Okay, Appliance Boot Camp. I'm gonna give YouTube a few minutes to send the notifications out to everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining in with us this afternoon. Um, I want to also remind people that we have put out the actual date for our Appliance Boot Camp celebration. It's gonna be June the 13th. June the 13th is going to be our actual celebration. Make sure that's the right date, June the 13th. June the 10th. I don't forgot already, and I'm the one who said it. That's the sad part about it. I put it out there, and I almost don't forgot it already. Let's see what date we have there. June the 13th. Sorry about that. It's June the 13th. So yeah, yeah. Our open house celebration is going to be June the 13th. As we get closer to it, I have more times of what's going to be going on for that day. It's going to be really good. I'm actually going to have the other building completed. So I'm going to have this building will be totally done. The actual training center is going to have everything we need in it, and it's going to be totally completed. And I'm going to have the other building actually done, and I'm hopefully going to announce the new business that's going into the business next door on that date also. So it's going to be really nice. I got some people. I got some people that I'm going to be put it together. So we'll have a very good celebration worthy of the people who have came through Appliance Boot Camp. Um, and it's going to be really good. And I wanted to give enough time for me to get the other business building finished, because what's going to happen uh, from the numbers that I'm expecting, we wouldn't have enough room for everybody to actually gather into the actual training facility, because we're going to have equipment in here and stuff. So what we would do the tour of the training facility and stuff in here, and have everything in here. But we will actually have the actual celebration and stuff right next door in that building. That building, we're gonna have it totally done, and we'll have it open so we can actually celebrate on in that building that's gonna be next door. And then after that celebration, I'll go forward and announce what the new business is gonna be going into that building. And I wanted to be a big celebration and celebrate with everybody who made it possible. And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited. I can't wait for it to get here. And also, depending on the numbers that we have, I wanted to do it in a time where in June we don't get a lot of rain in North Carolina. It's pretty. The sun is out, and I could also, if need be, we could expand to the outdoor. I could actually expand to the parking lot and stuff outside, depending on the numbers. So that's when we're gonna be. We're gonna be June the 13th, and I want if you can come out, I would love to have you come out, and that's the time we're gonna celebrate. All right. I want to thank JT for stopping through on his way through here, and especially tonight in Raleigh, we had a little bit of a little hurricane or tornado or something. So we wanted to come announce that early so he could actually get back on his way and get back home before the weather got too bad. And so we announced that together, and I want to appreciate him coming through for that. And we're gonna go ahead and get going on the topic for today, because I'm getting a lot of people now who's actually coming through Appliance Boot Camp, who actually who's doing very well, starting their businesses, and they're running service calls, and now some people are actually getting ready to start hiring subs and hiring technicians. Some already have, and so now I think it's a good time to actually start talking about the hiring of subs and techs and things that you need to have in place. And I'm going to go through. It's going to be a quick list. There's a lot of stuff that goes into preparing and being able to hire subs and techs. I'm just going to go through maybe 5 or 6 things that you need to top things that you need to have in place prior to bringing somebody in. The first thing you need to do when you getting ready to bring in a technician. A lot of times, because we have so much, a lot of times people want to bring in technicians because they feel like they're getting overworked, and they're just overwhelmed by the amount of service calls that's coming in. They're not able to keep up. They have to schedule people too far out. They're now they're getting more new calls coming in. They don't have enough time to go back and do the return calls to put parts on and stuff. And so now they figure I just need to get me another tech. But what you want to do prior to getting another tech, you want to verify and make sure that it's not because you're not organized. It's why you're so pushed and why you're so far behind. A lot of times when you unorganized, it'll actually make you seem like it's not gonna make you seem like you are gonna be constantly behind the eight ball all the time when you unorganized. Your business is running in chaos. There's no order into it. There's no discipline in it. It's just like kids that don't have no discipline and no order, and you try to take them into the stores or something, and they're just running rampant everywhere. But your business will be the same way. If you don't have any order and there's no discipline to it, and you don't have a way to actually schedule people, you don't have a good routing system where you routing the calls tight within the same area, where you're not doing what we call a lot of windshield time, where you're driving to one side of town, then driving across to another side, then coming right back. You got to eliminate your windshield time. You got to make sure that you're scheduling them into a tight block. You got to make sure that you leaving spots for return visits. If you don't have all that in place, you don't want to bring another person into that mix or another tech or a sub into that mix because you got a big ball of confusion going on. If you bring another person into that, it's just going to double or triple what you currently have, and you just going to make the mess even worse. So you want to actually make sure that before you start bringing in subs or techs, that you actually got your business organized and is running and is disciplined. That's the one of the first things you want to do because otherwise, if you bring somebody else in to a business that's not organized and it's undisciplined, it's gonna be the worst headache you ever had in your life. All right. The other thing you need to do, if you're going to be bringing a tech in, you need to have at least 1 month of payroll or salary that you expect to pay for that tech. You need to have that set aside where you know that you can actually pay him. If you're thinking that he's going to go out collect deductibles and then you're going to take the deductibles and pay that person, don't do that because you're going to actually get to a point where you're going to be running on too thin of a margins and you're going to be cutting it too close that if you get one hiccup where you have to refund a customer or if you get where a third party warranty company hold your check or don't send you your money and you can't pay your subs, you're going to be in trouble. So you need to have at least 1 month of payroll or at least 1 month of salary that you expect to pay those subs set aside before you actually bring somebody on. All right. The other thing you want to do when you hire techs, a lot of times, even with the people who comes to Appliance Boot Camp, who goes out and start their own businesses, I ask them, do they have tools? And everybody say, yeah, I got tools and I got what I need. And then you look in their bag and you be like, Jesus Christ, they don't have anything. Well, same thing when you hire people. A lot of times people just want a job and they want to make money. So they're gonna tell you what you want to hear. So if you ask them, you're gonna say you need to have basic hand tools. They're gonna say, yeah, I got basic hand tools. And what they don't call their boy, they don't call their uncle, and he don't went out to the back of his car and went out to the garage and they gave him a broken screwdriver, broken Phillips, a pair of pliers that halfway work. He ain't gonna have anything really because he hasn't been investing in tools because he had no need to most of the time prior to actually coming to hook up with you. You want to make sure that you go get him a basic tool bag. Everybody who comes to work with me, I supply them with their first tool bag with the basic tools. I don't leave it up to them to say that they have their own tools and stuff because a lot of times they coming to me looking for a job. They haven't put the money aside to buy tools and stuff. So I always make sure I give them a basic tool bag. Another thing you want to do prior to them showing up, you want to make sure that you have them a communication device. I don't give it up to them to actually keep their cell phones and stuff, because what happens, they have their cell phone, they might have it in the girlfriend name, the baby mama name. She get mad, take it, or if they have it in their name, and they're not good with paying their bills and stuff. Their whatchamacallit, their phones getting cut off, they're getting new phone numbers, and you have to you have to take all your technology, all your CRM softwares, your squares, all that stuff, you're gonna be putting it on, giving that on, putting it on the phone for them to use out in the field, and that's how y'all communicate back and forth. That's how you're gonna be communicating. Y'all communication is the most key component of having subs and text, because they gotta have a way where you can actually reach them and they can reach you when they need you. And you can't leave it up to them to be going out there paying the bills and then the phones and stuff getting cut off. So I make sure that I give them a basic tool bag so they got the tools that they need. I'm gonna make sure they got the communication device. I'm gonna make sure they have a cell phone before they start, and then I'm gonna stock their vehicle with the necessary stuff that they need, with some fast moving parts for what they're gonna be working on. A lot of times I like to start them off on maybe dryers and washers, and then I'll go to dishwashers and ranges, and then eventually move to refrigerators. We do some microwaves, more installs than anything these days. So I will actually start them off with whatever they're working with, putting that on their trucks. All right. The next thing you want to do when you actually decide you're going to bring in subs or you're going to bring in an employee, you want to make sure that you thoroughly explain and go through their daily job flow. I'm not talking about the daily job flow. I'm talking about from the time that they wake up. You want to make sure that you what you call that you have it in place too. That you that you have put some thought into it before you bring in some subs. You want to know how they're going to get their service routes. So are they going to meet you and you're going to give them service work orders every morning? Are you going to send them electronic service work orders where they're going to like me? I use Dropbox where I have a route sheet that I drop into their Dropbox that they can look it up on their cell phone, and from there it have the times that they need to go to the customer house and the addresses, the customer's phone numbers, what's wrong, it have how much money they need to collect, everything that they need to have. I drop it in their Dropbox, and you got to make sure that you have a time that you're going to drop it. So with mine, everything is dropped up between 5 and 6 a.m. So between 5 and 6 a.m., they know that their routes are there, because what's going to happen, they're going to actually start waking up and looking at their routes, because they're going to be making plans throughout the day too. Their wife might want them to stop someplace, or they looking at they might need to stop someplace. They're going to get up about 5 to 6 looking at their routes. And if you're not giving it to them at a consistent time every time, they're going to start giving you calls and say, hey, when you going to put the route sheet up, because they want to plan their day out too. So I make sure I drop the routes every morning between 5 and 6, and then you gotta have something in place and say, okay, what happened if the network is down? Because sometimes Dropbox will do some maintenance and Dropbox is down. How they gonna get the work orders then? How they gonna get the route sheet then? With me, I can actually text it to them. Then I text it to them on the phone, and so they can get the route sheets. Or I have a place, one of the warehouses where we actually pick up appliances at that warehouse. I can actually print it out at the warehouse, and I can have it at the printer waiting on them. So I can tell them, I can text them that morning and say, hey, we're having a problem with Dropbox. Your work orders is at the MDO. You can go by the MDO and pick it up. So then they'll swing by the MDO and they can pick it up. You need to have some way that if your technology go down, that you can still give it to them. And the reason why you want to do that, because like me, sometimes I'm out of the state, I might be out of the country, but I still need to make sure that they're still able to get their work orders, and that my business can operate just like if I was here. So you want to make sure whatever method that you're gonna be giving them work orders, or you're gonna be paying people, or getting parts and stuff. You gotta have something if case if that process goes down, what you're gonna do to actually keep them running smoothly and not and don't have to impact the customer. The customer shouldn't know anything that's going on behind the scenes with your company. They should just know that you coming to fix their stuff. So you want to make sure you have those things in place where the customer doesn't get any impact. Next thing you want to know, who's going to do the gas. If you're going to give them allowance for gas, or you're going to give them gas, you need to give them a gas card, or find a place where they can actually go and charge gas, where they can get the gas. I prefer giving them the gas card. I give them a debit card, and with that debit card, I would just give them a certain amount every day. I would actually transfer maybe 40, depending on the truck. Some of them was 30, some of them was $60. That's the gas, so they can get gas anywhere. You don't want to give them too much freedom with that because sometimes they will actually start putting gas in their personal vehicles. So I just make sure I knew how much gas the trucks, the different vehicles I supply use, and I would actually give them that amount of gas on there. And if they had a longer route, then I would add a little bit more gas onto that debit card. Some guys that prefer to get their own gas. If they do that, then I give them a little extra money per stop. All right. The other thing, what happened if you're going to supply the vehicles? What happened if one of their vehicles goes down? If the vehicle knocks off with them in the middle of their routes? How you going to get the vehicle off the road? How you going to get them another vehicle to keep so they can keep doing their routes? You need to have all that in place. With me, I have an actual person who I know has a towing company. They'll go pick up my trucks off the road. I have an account with Penske, and I have a account with Enterprise. If I have one of my vans to go down, if I don't have a spare, I keep a spare van now here that I can go meet them, and I just take them the spare van that I have, and then I just wait until the other people come tow theirs, and I just keep them running. But when I had several technicians, I didn't have enough vans to have a spare van. I would use Penske and Enterprise. I would just call Penske and Enterprise and tell them I need a van. I would go there, pick up the van, pick up the box truck or whatever, go meet the people, go meet the subs, swatch out the trucks, and then I would sit there with the truck until the tow people came. So you need to have that in place. How you if your vehicles goes down, how you gonna get them off the road, and how you gonna keep the technicians moving. The other thing you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to go over your customer interaction. Because what happened, your customers, they expecting you to be there and you getting the same service. They're getting the same service as if you was there. So now you got to actually train your actual subs and train your techs to actually to mimic you and how you actually do your service. I normally use Gleeps. It's a Dean Landers. If anybody went to Ashley's, Dean Landers, he's very good with his customer interaction. He came up with this program called Gleeps. Greetings, listen, examine. Um, no, greetings, listen, examine, explain, proposal, seal the deal. That's how it goes. But he has this thing where he actually tells you how to train your technicians to how to actually interact with the customers at the houses, and that's what I use. I use his method interacting with the customers, and I train my technicians that way, and that way it keeps people from going and talking about crazy subjects. Like now, election is coming, and you got a lot of people might want to talk about politics and all that. You want to teach them stay away from those subjects, and you show them how to actually find stuff within the customer house that you can talk to take the customer mind off of the broken appliance, and then bring them back down, and especially if they're hostile, you want to take their mind off of how bad the appliance been broken and they just bought it brand new, and you want to move their mind off of that, then bring them back around, and smooth them over. So his method is very good. So I use that. And with that, we can do 2 or 3 series on just interacting with the customer. So you got to make sure that you have your customer interaction in place so that you can actually train them the right way. The next thing is how you going to accept the payment. If you're going to are you going to use Square, PayPal, or what, some other merchant service? How you going to actually accept payment? I'm actually surprised at how many people that's coming through Appliance Boot Camp who's starting their own business and didn't know that you had Square and stuff like that where you can actually take payment. But yeah, I use Square, and I put Square on all the subs and all the cell phones that I give them. That way, when they run their Square, they run the Square, it comes directly to my account. It doesn't go to their account. I also give them deposit cards, so they can go to any of banks, ATM, and they can deposit checks or cash. So and that way they don't have to see me. So I don't have to meet up with the techs at all. They go to the ATM and they deposit any cash, any checks. You can You can buy these little stamps from Staples, say for deposit only, or they can write deposit only on the back of the check, and they put it in the ATM, and you get credit for it. All right. And the other thing you want to know, what happens if a technician call out or a sub to call out? Sometimes emergencies happen, and the morning of, the technician calls and say they're not going to make it. If you got two or three subs, that's pretty easy because you can actually, if they call in early enough time, I can whatchamacall, I can redo the routes where nobody will never know. I can just add one or two stops to everybody route, and everything is good. But if they call out in the middle of the day where they have an emergency or something like that, depending on what the other subs are at and what they're doing, I might can add calls onto them. Otherwise, I gotta put my uniform on and I gotta go pick up. I gotta go pick up where they left off. And that's the other reason why I like to ship my parts directly to the customers. Because if somebody's going on that route and going to that customer house, if he had the part on his truck, that would require me to go meet them and get parts off their truck and actually go to the customer. Rather, if something happens and I ship the part directly to the customer, that technician can go their way, and I can just go straight to the customer house and actually repair it and don't have to have an interaction with them. All right. The next thing you want to know is how would they get compensated? The work week. Like my work week, it goes from Wednesday to Wednesday. So the work week that they get paid for this week, it ended yesterday. Especially if you're going to use payroll services and stuff like that, you got to turn your hours and stuff in, and you got to give them enough time to actually process it and make the direct deposits. Um, Used to be people used to make you work a week in the hole, and that was easy then, or you had to work a week or two in the hole so you had enough time. But now people are with I don't know if it's the economy or what, but people expect to get paid, the same week that they start, or they can't make it a week in the hole. Some of them can't make it 8 hours. Some of the young guys, I have to pay them at the end of every day, or else they ain't got no gas to get back to work. So some of them you have to pay them at the end of every day. But you got to find out how you're going to pay them. What I normally, like I say, our work week goes from Wednesday to Wednesday. So Thursday and Friday of this week, and then they'll go Tuesday. Then they go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. That gives them their 5 days, and then I pay them Friday for the work that they done. You got to figure out how they're gonna get compensated, and you got to figure out how you're gonna pay them. Are you gonna pay them? I require them to get a checking account at a bank that we use, and the bank I can transfer from. If everybody got the same account at that bank, I can transfer money to different people just like a cash app to that bank, and I don't have to do like the payroll. I don't have to pay for the payroll stuff, so I do that. Some of them that don't have it at that bank, they want to do cash app. So I don't know if when they get their money out, cash app charge them or what, but they rather do cash app. So I send them cash app. So you got to figure out how you're going to pay them, because same thing, like I say, a lot of times I might be out of the state or out of the country, and I still need to make sure everybody get their money, and I can do that regardless of where I'm at. As long as I got internet access, I can make sure everybody got their money, and nobody's mad and looking for their money come Friday morning. And you got to pay out at the same time every day too. So same thing. Their route sheets goes up between 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning. Same thing. I do the payouts between 5 and 6 a.m. every morning, every Friday morning. So every Friday morning I do payouts. Okay. The next thing you need to do too, before you bring somebody in, you want to make sure, especially that sub, if you're bringing a sub in, I want to have them booked out at least 1 to 2 days. I don't want to have a sub to actually waiting for work. Meaning, like for instance, if I got a sub, I'm gonna have him. I know what he's gonna be doing 2 days out, because that gives me enough time to go to the actual supply houses, make sure they got everything they need to complete that call, Make sure there's anything is going to any special tools or any special equipment they're going to need that I can actually make sure that they have it prior to them going out there. You don't want to be paying somebody to wait for you, and you don't want to be paying somebody and you don't have anything for them to do. So if I got a sub, he gonna be booked out 1 or 2 days out. He can be booked out 1 or 2 days out. With me, I don't care if I don't have anything to do. Matter of fact, I hope I don't have anything to do. But if I was gonna be in the truck, a lot of times with me, I would catch emergency calls, or I would be more of a helper and just putting out fires. When I had a bunch of subs running, I tried not to schedule me a full route. I would just pick up emergency calls, or I'll pick up and help somebody out if they need an extra hand with something, or if somebody ran into something, it was just a difficult service call and they couldn't quite figure it out. I wouldn't go do it for them. I would then go meet them out there and we'll work through it ourselves together. So that's how those are things that I starting off. If you're going to hire subs and techs, those are the things that I feel are the most important things to actually start to make sure you got covered. And like I said, this list goes on and on and on and on. As we go further in appliance boot camp, I will be putting together actual checklist and putting together a course on actually hiring subs. I don't hire technicians. I don't hire no techs. I hire subs, and how I actually price out and how I actually pay them and how I actually find subs. I'll be putting that course together. I'm going to go through the actual chat that we have now, and then I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, we've been having some bad weather here, and I want to get out. And like I said, I've been working here some crazy hours, so I need to get out and actually get me something to eat too. So I'm gonna go through the chat. All right, Augusta, Georgia, Space Age 3000. Hey, how you doing? Kevin Roberts. Good evening, Mike and ABC fam. Hey, how you doing? All right. Alderman Brown. Hey, ABC fam from Mississippi. Hey, how you doing? Kevin Roberts. Yeah, please hit the like and subscribe and share button if you don't mind. You're on fire. I think I've seen some warranty companies allow you to use text. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Some of them allow you to use text. All of them allow you to use text. Some of them don't like you to use subs, but all of them will let you use. You can hire text. All right. Yeah, everybody, the actual celebration is going to be June the 13th of 2020. Thank you, Space Age 3000. Come on out. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to be announcing the festivities we're going to be having on that weekend. But yeah, come on out, and I love to see you all. And Sega Phonics, Long Island in the building. Hey, how you doing? Kevin Roberts. I plan on attending to show my support. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Shimano Line. What's up, good Grandmaster Mike? Hey, how you doing? Chris Smith, see you at the end of the month, sir. Okay, yeah, I can't wait for y'all to get here, man. We like I say, this building right now, we just waiting for the appliances to come in now. I've ordered the appliances. I'm waiting for them to come in so we can get them in, and they already started on the other building today. So we started doing the demo on the other building today. Okay. All right. All right. Brian Garrett. Hey, Mike, do you think it's necessary to work in the business as a tech as opposed to running the actual business from the start? Some just are good with their hands, but maybe good at business. It depends on you. If you're somebody who knows how to run business, um, it's one thing. No business. What I'm showing you as a technician and what you need to know to be an actual business owner, it's totally two different things. It's totally two different things. If you're somebody who has a business acumen where you know how to run businesses, like I was talking about earlier on JT channel earlier today, a lot of we're getting a lot of people now who's coming over from corporate America, who's been doing maybe been a regional director, and they've been over hiring people and training people, and they've been over the business a business unit within corporate America, and they've gotten all of this corporate training on how to actually be a leader, but they never had nowhere to plug it into. Well, now with Appliance Bootcamp, they now have an avenue that they can actually plug all that information, all that training they have from corporate America into. So with them, they running businesses when they come out. They're not looking to actually hire tech. They're not looking to actually be a technician themselves. They actually they're starting off running businesses. That's because they got 20 some 30 years of actually running small business units within corporate America. So with them, they got the experience. If you're somebody who don't have the business experience and you don't have the actual technical experience, you got to decide which one you're going to get. If you're going to get that, you want to do it as a business, you need to find somebody who actually show you some business, how to actually run a business. You need to find you a mentor. And something like Kevin Samuels always say, if you're over 30, 40 years old, sometimes hard to get a mentor at that age. You have to find your business coach. You have to pay somebody at that age. I don't know if you're going to find somebody going to be willing to just be your mentor that don't know you. You might have to pay for a business coach at that age, but you need to go find somewhere to actually get somebody to show you business. All right. That's slick talking about the walk twos. Nah, if I'm going to get a sub or a tech, he's getting nothing but Harbor Freight. That's what he's getting. He's getting Harbor Freight. All right. CCH 1978. What's up, ABC fam? Destroy that like button. Okay, thanks, man. There you go. Nah, I ain't getting no Milwaukee either. Uh-uh. Uh, okay, yeah, Tax Elite Pro, aloha from Hawaii. All right, dang, YouTube don't even hit me with a notification. Wow, what's up, ABC fan? Yeah, YouTube playing their games. Okay, Black 12, 21 2. I'm thinking that I will be hiring some subs. I want my company up and running, and I just can't work in it right now. Okay, now if you never hired any, if you never ran a business, be very careful. Like I say, uh, uh, running a business is a totally different thing. You need to be somewhere learning how to actually run a business. I'm not teaching you right now how to actually run a business. I'm teaching you how to actually really be self-employed. And then from self-employment, I'm telling you how to actually take your money and then go invest it and get more passive income. Later on, I will actually be having the courses on how you can hire subs and stuff like that. But right now, is mainly to get people income up, because so many people needed to have extra money to get the income up to do all these other things. Once they got the income up and I got the wolf away from the door, then I can actually show you how to be an actual business owner. And like I say, if you ain't got enough to pay somebody a salary for a month, they don't. You're gonna need to have your salary for at least 3 months, and at least 1 month of salary for a tech. If you ain't got that, then don't be looking to start the business. Oh Lord, there go Slick talking about his DeWalt. Okay, all right, all right. There you go. There you go, Slick. There you go. The gleeps. Greetings. Listen. Examine. Explain. Purpose. Propose and close. There you go. There you go. Way to go. Satra Atron Sneed. Okay. William Gitrick. After February 29th, went out in Nate's live boot camps in March. Uh, you have to purchase the appliance boot camp online. And then once you purchase it online, you then can have access to all the dates. We got like two of them in March. We got some in April, and we constantly adding dates. So you do the online, and once you purchase it, you can actually sign up for the date that you want to come. So you need to purchase that. All right, Perry Jones Jr. checking in from South Florida. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, going back to what he said with the dates for the live camps, we changed that up. We no longer separate the online and the live. And the reason I done that, because the live event is so fast paced and so much pushed in to one weekend. A lot of times it could be overwhelming. So now I want you all to actually do the online before you get here. So before you get here, you can do the online. The online is going to have the exact same appliances that we have here in the live event. So you have that familiarity when you come here, and we won't be starting from scratch. And then once you leave here, you will still have the reference to actually go back and reference whenever you get ready. So that's why you do it, and that's why they're combined. It's no longer separate. When you buy appliance boot camp, you get the online and the live. All right. Because we don't read, love you, Uncle Mike. Hey, thanks, man. Love y'all too. All right, Patrick Young. What's good, Mike? What's good, ABC fam? Okay. DCNF appliance repair. What's good going on, Mike? What's ABC fam? Hey, man, I saw your video, man. You really knocking it out, man. I saw your video you posted today where it sounds like things are really picking up. Down here, things are picked up, man. Like I say, I'm already booked up. Probably we booked it for Thursday and Friday of next week already. So I think the slowdown period has passed us over. Uh, Okay, here we go. Uppercase G. Hey, how you doing? Hey, ABC fam. Mike, me, and the wife will be there in the celebration. Can't wait. All right, man. I can't wait to see y'all come back. Y'all gonna be surprised when you come back and see the new building and everything that we're doing. Last night it was pretty good. I actually had the town hall people come in from next door. They came in and they what's them called? They stayed, man. They stayed here to probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. We just talking and they looking at what we got going on. It was really good. And this weekend I'm going to an actual soul celebration for Black History Month. I'm actually going to be taking the truck out and going out talking to some people for the celebration that the town is doing. So I'm looking forward to that this weekend, and I'm gonna do take some videos there too. So they really embracing us here, and I'm really enjoying it. Hey, Solid Steps of Wealth. Hey, what's going on? Patrick Young, Mike, the conversation is very different when you are talking about doing business with someone as opposed to asking someone for a job. Mr. Young, when you're discussing business, uh, Mr. Young, let me see, let me go back up. When you are discussing business, not Patrick, for a job, yeah, it is. It's totally different. It's totally different. And it's all those hoops and stuff that you had to jump through with going to pee in a cup and all that stuff goes out the window. And you negotiate. You know, when I was going to look for a job, I was even afraid to even negotiate because I thought I wouldn't get the job. Even now, you negotiate the prices and you just tell people, hey, nah, we ain't gonna do business. And they'll call you back a week later and say, hey, let's see if we can make these numbers work. Yeah, decent enough. Yeah, so true. When you're talking business, it's a win-win for both sides. You really see what's and who is who. No doubt, it's definitely a win-win for both sides. And we love it. All right. And Miss Ward is in the house. Solid steps to well. And Miss Ward is they're putting together some good stuff over there. I've been reading some of the content that y'all discussing in those peer groups, man. It's really good. They're doing some good stuff there. And that's the thing too that I love about Appliance Boot Camp. It has grown past me. So I'm no longer a gate that can hold it back. It's his own entity that's doing its own thing, and I love that. I love that. All right. Ernest Anderson, Mike, just like you said, no license or certification needed in Minnesota. Okay, there you go. Texas and Minnesota with 3 years experience is making 60 to 100,000 working for someone else. I'm signing up for AB. There you go. Making 60 to 100,000 working for someone else. I'm signing up for ABC tomorrow. Okay, thank you, man. There you go. Yeah, it is. It's good. And I'm gonna say too, we got some people that already started to do their actual. You got Hicks Appliance Repair. He already started doing garage door openers. He didn't even wait for the course to come out. If you look at the communication page, he fixing garage door openers already. And they easy, and he's showing you, hey, this is easy to do, and that's the thing I wanted everybody to get to the point where you don't wait for permission, and you can go out there and do it, and you got the confidence, you can just jump out there and you do it. You can fix anything. You can fix anything. Okay. Code CX. Check. What's up, good people? All right. Hey, now, Dr. Funk. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Mike. Uh, what was the name of the book you were discussing with JT and Booker T. Washington about building Tuskegee? That's Up from Slavery. That's Up from Slavery. That's one of the books I read every year. Every year I read the book. It's two books. Three books I read every year. One of them is Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. The other one is W.E.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folks. And then I read Marcus Garvey, Message to the People. I read those three books at the beginning of every year to get me remotivated and get myself realigned. But yeah, that's what I was talking about with JT. When if you didn't see JT, I done an interview with JT this afternoon on his channel. You can go there and check it out. But he was asking me about how not getting overwhelmed about the process when I'm about like when we came into this building and I knew this we had to redo this building. Uh, how I did not get overwhelmed and get discouraged and not try. 'Cause a lot of people don't never get out the gate because they actually get overwhelmed and they don't think they won't even try. Now I was telling him I took it the way Booker T. Washington and really Dr. George Washington Carver, how he actually done when he got to Tuskegee. They gave Booker T. Washington the land for Tuskegee and the farm, but that was because the land was barren. They had overgrown it and put so many planting cotton and stuff every year. They didn't know anything about crop rotations and stuff. No, George Washington Carver put all that stuff in place. Nobody knew about that stuff. So what happened when Booker T. Washington get this farm? They can't grow anything. They can't make no money off of it. They can't plant anything. He goes up and he gets George Washington Carver and brings him down. And George Washington Carver looks at the land and he says, what's happened? All the nutrients are gone out the soil, and they need the whatchamacallit. They need to get the soil back to where it can actually produce. And he knew some crops took the nutrients out and some put them in. And he knew soybeans. He knew that peanuts and sweet potatoes put nutrients back into the soil, and it'll repair the soil so it can actually be it actually can actually yield crops and stuff again. So what he done, he planted nothing but peanuts and sweet potatoes. At that time, peanuts and sweet potatoes, uh, nobody used them. They say it was trash. It was like it'd be like planting like wild onions. Nobody wants it. No, what you gonna do with it? And what he told Booker T. Washington, he said, look, the first thing we got to do is repair the soil. After I repair the soil, then we'll think about what to do with the sweet potatoes and the peanuts. So what happened once they got the soil redone? He had all these peanuts and sweet potatoes that he had grew to fix the soil. Now he had to find something to do with those. So that's when he started creating products, like shoe dye, oil, peanut butter, all that stuff he created so they could actually sell those products that they had overproduced to the point where they became like the number one cash crops in Alabama. Peanuts and sweet potatoes and soybeans, all that stuff he created in order to fix the land. Once he fixed the land, then he moved to the next step. And that's how I do it when I came here. I use that whenever I'm approaching my businesses. I don't look at the total thing. I knew the first thing we had to do when we got here, we had to fix the roof. So before I do anything else, I fixed the roof. And then after I fixed the roof, I knew then I had to fix the ceiling. I fixed the ceiling. I'm not going to go look at the plumbing. I'm not going to go look at the HVAC until I had that done. Because if I did, I'd be discouraged and I'd be thinking about I got to spend. If the HVAC was bad, I'd be thinking I got to spend $6,000 to fix the HVAC, and I won't be concentrating on the roof. It would just it'll just overtake me. But once I got the ceiling fixed and I got the roof fixed, then I go to the next thing, the plumbing. I fix the plumbing, it ain't that bad. Then I go to the HVAC, and we lucked up on the HVAC. Everything worked, so everything falls into place, and now we're good. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, okay, okay, here we go. Okay, DCNF appliance repair. Thank you, Mike. It's been crazy. I'm booked to Tuesday right now. There you go. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Okay, yeah. Hey, now, Dr. Funk, I want to see y'all here on June 13th. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been crazy here too. Shimano 05 line. Hey, Mike. Sure, people may have business sense, but if they don't know the technical side, they might end up having problems with crooked text, or might lessen having jobs returned unfinished or refunds. Um, no, if you know business, you'll be okay. If you know how to run a business, you can be okay. You don't necessarily know how you don't necessarily need to know how to repair anything. Matter of fact, you better off not knowing how to repair it, because what would happen if you know how to repair it, a lot of times you won't have the patience to actually train the technician properly. You'll do it yourself. That's one of the things that I had to actually start doing when I had subs. I actually had to start dressing so I couldn't do any repairs. I had to actually start wearing a nice button-up shirt, nice slacks, something I couldn't get oily and dirty in. Because what would happen if I showed up, I would actually instead of letting them go through and do it, I would actually get down there and start doing it myself. So I actually had to start dressing to a point when I showed up, the technician said he can't get out here and help me because he got his clothes, he got his good clothes on, and I couldn't get down there because I had my good clothes on. So I actually then was forcing the technicians that I was paying them to actually do the work. And a lot of times, if you don't know how to do the work, but you have the business sense, you better because you actually work on the business instead of trying to do it yourself. All right, William Gordon. Mike, I applied for my LLC yesterday. I want to change the name. Do I have to wait until it's approved, or can I file the amendment now? I don't know. What state are you in? You need to call your Secretary of State, and they'll tell you how to do it. Now, I don't know. Have you done the EIN, the same thing with the same name? If so, you have to contact the IRS too and see how you do the EIN if you need to change the name there too. Patrick Young, yeah, man, totally different conversation. A lot more respect, a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more respect when you talking your business versus you trying to look for a job. Uh, Good evening, ABC fam. Picture Man 663. King K, Mike the Truth. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. 89 Dr. Funk. Okay, I admit I get overwhelmed as well, and it can hold me back. I love the way you told the story. It was so practical. Oh, thanks, man. And like I say, that's not my story. That's the way George Washington Carver. That's the way he approached everything that he done, and that's good when you read those history books like that, and you actually see how it gives you inspiration. You can see how they was able to overcome those odds they were against, and it still works to today because when I'm editing the videos that we done that I've recorded while we were repairing this building, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, God knows how in the world did we get that from there to here in this short amount of time? Because I'm looking at some of the videos. It's like a bomb had went off in here, and the people now who have worked on it and came through and looking at it now, they say it's night and day. They can't believe it. So, but yeah. All right, Patrick Young, and like I say, the only way you can get to stop from getting overwhelmed, you got to. That's another reason why I like to put it into smaller bites, because if I put it in smaller bites, I can get some momentum. I get some wins. The only way you're gonna get confidence and actually stop being overwhelmed, you gotta get some wins under your belt. So if I can get some little small wins, I'm good. All right, Patrick Young, Mike, I just wanted to try some of the third-party warranty companies to see what they would say. And now I have three applications: Old Republic, Choice, and Amazon Home Warranty, all email. There you go. Yeah, I don't like Choice, but everybody else, I've never done anything for Amazon Home Warranty. But Old Republic, they were pretty good. I like them. Okay. All right. Sparky D82 went on my first jig, bag timer motor. She was a 49er fan, broke the ice with the 49er joke, and everything went great from there. See you on 3/14/20. Oh, wow. Way to go, man. Congratulations. Yep. There you go. Way to go. Way to go. That's good. That's good. Out there making money already. I appreciate it, man. I'm proud, man. Congrats. All right. There they go. There they go. Uh, Aben Sherrill, priest brother, first class services in the house. On the strength of ABC Sneed, we still have to find that time, bruh. Again, thanks a lot. Invoice time while taping in with you. Okay, there you go. Hey, I'm whatchamacall. You should be getting an email. I wanted to get JT in first before because like I say, he's the guy that actually helped me. It won't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. So I wanted to do the first interview with JT. Now I got JT out the way. I'm sending out the times and stuff to get everybody in. So you begin the email either this weekend or Monday to actually pick a time to come on. Because what I'm gonna start doing, I want to start doing what we call Motivation Monday. And Motivation Monday, I want to actually start interviewing people who actually came through Appliance Boot Camp or who has been looking at the channel, who actually implementing what we say and actually doing appliance repair. So you can start listening, looking out for some motivational Mondays. Okay. CCH 1978. I saw it before, and it's definitely night and day. Okay, there you go. All right. Mickey '06. What type of business license do you need for appliance repair? None. You don't need any business license. Um, you don't need no contractor's license now. You might need a privilege license where you go down to your city hall in some places and actually get a privilege license to do appliance repair. I personally don't do it because I'm not pulling no permits. Most of the time, if you're pulling permits, that's when you go down to the city or the town or the county office. That's when they want to see your business license. Appliance repair, you're not pulling any permits. So the cities I go in, I don't do it. I don't do that. Um, so YCP. Now I understand why I thought of you as the male version of her. Her. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Once again, I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. We got some bad weather that's actually coming through here. We got a lot of rain and whatnot. I want to get home because I've been working here some long hours, and I'm a little bit hungry too. So once again, go to appliancebootcamp.com if you haven't. Sign up for the courses. Remember, June 13th is going to be our celebration. I'm going to be coming back, leading up to it, telling you the different events we're going to be doing on that day. We're gonna make a whole weekend out of it. Saturday and Sunday, we're gonna make a good time out of it. And I want to thank everybody that has have bought the courses, they have listened to, looked at YouTube, they have liked and shared our videos. I want to thank you all so much because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do what we've done here. Um, Also, I want to thank the young men if they're watching who actually been coming here every day working and actually put this place together for us. They've done a great job, and I'm very proud of them. Oh, and that's right, Picture Man 63 Strike Check gonna be calling in the morning because they had the hurricanes and stuff. So all next week we're gonna be doing strike check for people. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I'll talk to you all later.